Saturday. Right now, I'm kind of locked into game mode and focusing on Exeter. So there'll be time for reflection later. But I can certainly say that from where we were a couple years ago, our first year in Division I, and kind of these kids taking some lumps and staying with it, and just persevering. I'm really impressed with them. I'm proud of the kids, and I never thought in a million years we'd have a shot to play in the last game of the season. It's a cool deal.
It was awesome. I mean, it was probably like my first time being in a football championship, like all the years I played in football, but it just feels unbelievable. I'm still shocked just that we're going to the championship. So
it's kind of hard to explain how it feels. It's definitely a great feeling knowing that we can extend the season one more week, because not many seniors are able to do that. Most seniors' seasons ended 2 weeks ago, last week, or a couple days ago. So it's nice knowing we're able to push that time frame a little longer, but now as a team we know that's going to end soon. So it's definitely a good feeling knowing we have one more week together as a family. So definitely a great feeling.
So I was leaning lynched by Ruthier, and then Bork's doing whatever he's doing. Believe me when I tell you, you cannot make those types of mistakes next week. Exeter committed 0 penalties and had 0 turnovers against Pinkerton this past. Penalties can't happen next week, guys.
We'll make mistakes. We're not perfect, but if we can cut down on them, we can't make as many as we did against Bedford on Saturday. So if we can eliminate those, then we at least have a chance. And then from there, then you gotta do a lot of good things too. So it's a two-part thing. You got to make a lot of plays, and then in addition to that, you can't make mistakes, because your mistakes can negate your big plays, and it's a tough game. It's going to be a battle against them. Tough to move the ball. You have to fight for every inch, and I'm hoping our defense can keep us in it. Special teams, offense.
They're a good team. I think they have the same running backs as last year, and they're all just a year older, and just more chemistry with them between them. So that being said, we're a different team also, though. We have more experience than last year, so it's going to be a crazy game to play in. And if we don't bring it, they're definitely going to take it to us. They're that ground and pound kind of offense, and we're more of that new school kind of offense. So yeah, they're going to take it to us if we don't come ready to play.
A year's a long time. I mean, you have a whole lot of time to progress as a team and an individual. So that definitely makes a huge difference. It's probably gonna come down to the wire again, because it's playoffs. It's 2 teams going at it, and we both have the desire to win. So it should be a good game.
At the same time, it's a championship game. They worked just as hard as we did to get here, and we can't take them lightly at all. Athletes, they develop throughout. Like 1 year, an athlete can change from just being that average Joe to being an absolute force in the field. And so we really don't know what to expect, but we know that they're going to be putting up a battle just like we are, and it's going to be quite a game.
They're a big team. They have some big running backs, a big tight end, and they're physical. So.
Running backs block very well. Watch 14.
Completes the linebacker.
Got to play with low pad level linebackers. Another week of that.
Point of attack on the backside, Leahy, Houle. So not a huge line, but big, tough running backs. They average 3.8 yards a carry, and they just churn out first downs, go for it on 4th and short a lot. And they're going to beat you 10-7. If you make a mistake, they'll beat you 17-7.
We come out, score 1 point more than them. That's all it takes, and I don't see it going any other way for us to win. Their defense is just so formidable right now that it'll take everything we got. So hopefully it's enough, but we'll see.
Great. Their defense is good. Like I said, they have that coach who's been there forever, I guess. And they have the same defense. They just ground and pound, hit, don't be hit. So it's definitely intimidating, but I think we'll be able to overcome that and definitely put points on the board against them.
It should be interesting to see how that goes, to see how both offenses can move the ball and stuff. I mean, our offense hopefully can move the ball better than Pinkerton did, but just the fact that they did seal Pinkerton off the midfield and that's it. I mean, that's crazy to think. I mean, their defense is good.
behave yourselves in the classroom. I got no use for guys that can't keep their heads straight, stay out of trouble for 1 week. So do what you need to do. People are behind you. People in the building support you. Give them the reasons, all right? All right, get out of here. Yes, you are. I would say I thought we had a chance to win. It was a weird week of preparation. We did not have a really good practice Tuesday. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't what we wanted. We had a good day of practice Wednesday. Something happened on Thursday between, I think, watching practice, just watching too much film and overthinking stuff. And I had a feeling Thursday that we were just not in good shape. Looking back on it, I don't think it was maybe based in reality, but it was a feeling I had at the time that just really upsetting and just didn't feel good. We had a good practice Friday. We had a good day Saturday, so I started to feel better. So I think at that point, I don't know if it was like 50-50. I did think Sunday, going out to the game on the bus and stuff, and some stuff we did here before that, including like a kangaroo court session, we were ready. The kids were excited, but you know, the right measure of excited versus nervous and confident. So I think the day Sunday, I think I felt pretty good. Not that we were going to win, but I thought we would play.
We ask your cooperation in making this event as meaningful as possible for the students involved. Let's be positive in every aspect. Officials working the game today. We also ask you please stay off the field at the end.
On the bus right up there, I just had so many butterflies in my stomach. It was crazy. But you know, we knew it was going to be one of those ground and pound games, especially after the first quarter or the first half proved that. But yeah, we just knew they were going to try to waste the clock out. They were going to try to beat us 7-0 and be happy with it. So we knew we were going to have to come out hard, hitting fast, and move the ball in offense.
You know, the whole week, you know, we were watching a lot of film. We were watching, you know, a lot of like how they play, and just like not necessarily like what their certain plays are, but sort of like the whole mentality that they have. And you know, they're a really physical team. They're really aggressive, and you know, we saw that in the film definitely. You know, the way that they just kind of ran it down everyone's throat, and you know, it worked for them throughout the season. And so we knew that we were going to have a tough game coming into it. We knew that we were going to have to play physical, a lot more physical than, you know, we've played recently. And
I'm going to be honest, I wasn't worried at all. Not because they weren't a really good team, because they were, but just the way we had played all year, the way we'd practiced, and everything that got us to this point. I would have had to been crazy to have any doubt in my mind. And I knew they were going to be a tough team. I knew their defense was really strong. They didn't let Pinkerton pass the 50-yard line. But obviously we're not Pinkerton.
Flanagan on the carry.
last drive. You know, when Connor was able to burst loose and find that hole and score the touchdown, it was just pure happiness, I guess you could say. I was fist pumping, I was freaking out. I'm sure everybody else was that was there. It just sets the tone for the game and shows Exeter, like, you guys really got to play if you're going to try and
We turned the ball over. They drove 11 plays, 68 yards. So it wasn't like they took over and had a one-play drive from the 5-yard line. So the fact they drove down the field was concerning. They made some big plays, some passes, and they hit some areas that we didn't focus on in the game plan. So I was a little concerned about that. And just the flow of the first half, I thought we were playing with them okay, but it wasn't easy, and we had to work for it, and they made plays.
Duval and Bork deep. Reception by Duval. 17. Bork on the carry. There's the goal from the 2. Keeper by Gervais. 2-yard TD run. Gervais.
I couldn't believe that, like, they called it a catch, and then I couldn't believe that he caught it because, I don't know, I just, like, turned my body, I put my hands out, and all of a sudden I just felt my head go down, and then I ended up on the ground. Then I look up and I see him having the ball in his left hand or whatever, and caught it. I was like, I don't know how he did it. I watched it on the film and stuff, still can't believe that he did it, but that was a heck of a play.
I saw the quarterback get it off. I figured he was running downfield for so long. It took him a while to get the pass off. I figured there was good coverage. He made a crazy catch, and then next thing I know, there's 12 seconds left in the half. And
especially with, you know, the talent that Exeter has in their team. You know, there's sometimes that you just can't stop that. Sometimes it's just out of your control. And, you know, there's little gaps in our defense that, you know, led them to be able to score like that, but at the same time, it really didn't, you know, change the game at all.
The catch on the sideline by the kid was just one of the more amazing catches I've ever seen. And they turned it into a touchdown. We're tied at half. You know, it was hairy. I mean, it was not surprising at all. Exeter, you know, is going to be well prepared. They were. They had a good plan. They were executing some stuff that we weren't really ready for. So we went into halftime, you know, needing to focus and get down to business.
They were just, we knew what to expect, and they came out in the beginning of the game. They didn't do what we expected. So that was kind of nerve-wracking in the first half, and they were passing the ball. I think they passed more than they had in like all but 2 games this year in the first half or early in the game, and that had me a little bit nervous, if anything.
We knew that we had to do. We knew that we had to have like a certain mindset. We knew that we had to be physical, and we tweaked a couple of things. You know, defensively, like offensive scheme-wise as well. And you know, they didn't capitalize on any of our mistakes, you know. And granted, we did keep our mistakes to a minimum.
Our game. We just kept telling ourselves, this is our game. We're not going to let them take that from us. So we knew right out at halftime, we needed to score. We needed to let them know that, you know, okay, you scored us in the first half, but we're not going to roll over. We're going to step it up even harder, I guess. So the way we were able to do that really helped us.
You know, halftime was a good session for us in that we were able to sit the kids down, get feedback from them on what they were seeing. And then especially on the offensive line, we were able to make some adjustments based on stuff we knew it was kind of a scenario A or B was going to happen in the game. One of the scenarios played out, so we kind of made a plan in the second half on how to answer that. And we were able to come out in the second half and put together a couple nice drives. That's when it's, you know, obviously the tide started to kind of turn in our favor.
Boyd on the carry. With the carry from the 4. Gervais with the carry. 4-yard TD. Keeper Gervais for the Grizzlies.
I still felt like our offense was moving the ball and we had some good things. But they were moving to answer. They were down 14, you know, looking to get it down to a one-possession game. And then Andrew made that interception. We had done something that we had tried to do earlier in the game without much success, trying to kind of hold up number 84 at the line. And it hadn't been working, and I was getting frustrated with it, but you know, Coach Connolly calls the defense, he wanted to stay with it, and we tried it one more time, and we were able to talk to Cam actually about how to do it a little bit more effectively. And so we were able to get a jam on the line of scrimmage and really hold up his route. So he didn't get out of the pattern in time. The quarterback's timing was off. He threw the ball to where he thought the kid would be, and the kid wasn't there. And Andrew was there. So kind of a lot of things came together there. And then once he intercepted it, changed field position. Now it's the end of the third quarter. All of a sudden we have the ball in scoring position, looking to go up 3 scores instead of getting the ball back, you know, being up 1 score, and it's a dogfight.
His first interception was huge. I mean, like you said, the catch was amazing by itself, but the run after, that's what really got the ball rolling on offense and really helped us pick it up and step up the pace for like the rest of the game. I mean, when you intercept the ball, it's huge for any team, and when he returned it 40-something yards or however he returned it, I mean, the difference between putting it in field goal range and the red zone or just trying to make a long drive in for the offense. So that really helped us out.
As soon as fourth quarter hit, you know, I kind of just like knew in my head, I was like, all right, well, we're pulling away from this team. It's only, the margin's only going to get bigger.
Once we scored that touchdown off of that, now we're up 21 points in the fourth quarter, it started to kind of feel like a game that, all right, now we just need to manage the clock, run it down, and we're in good shape. I think still at that point, it wasn't, I don't know if it processed during the game at all that this was for the state championship we were talking about. It was a football game that we were in good shape to win.
When we were up by 2 scores, people started like, I honestly don't remember anything specific once we had 2 touchdowns, but once the third one happened, I started hearing people say there was like 5 minutes left in the game or something like that, and I started hearing people say like we did it or something, and I was not trying to have any of that until it hit 0. But before it got to 0, it sank in. When Duval got the interception, it hit me.
I think it was 28-14. I think they were starting to hang their heads a little almost, and it was still early in the game, but they were still starting to get down on themselves. And then when we were able to put those final 2 touchdowns on the board, that was the dagger. There was no way they could come back from that. And they were a great team. They gave us a hell of a game, fought hard. We just wanted it more on Wednesday. We did it
Turnover is always a big thing in high school football. We had talked about that we forced a fair amount of fumbles the previous 2 games and not recovered any. Sometimes you can look at lack of hustle or other things. I didn't see that on our film. What we were seeing, it was just, it's a funny shaped ball that bounces weird ways, and the bounce hadn't been going our way as far as recovering fumbles. We figured that was going to change eventually, and lucky for us, it did in the second half of that
Play. Ball down. Would head coach Bill Ball and the captains of the Blue Hawks come forward to receive the runner-up plaque of medals from Jeff Collins and Carol Dozebrant?
It felt like Christmas morning, to be honest with you. I can't compare it to anything else. Felt like I was walking down the stairs and saw Santa left the presents for us. I can't explain it. It was just pure happiness. We were all just hugging each other. I had Josh Tucker, our center, crying on my shoulder. That's a moment I'm going to remember forever. That was so special.
Say 2 words to describe it would be like joyful disbelief. Because the whole time we're just like, we can't believe that we just did this. Like, it doesn't even feel like we just won a championship. The Bedford game I felt was even more exciting than that, because just the thought of going to the championship was enough for us to be happy. And to think that we won the championship was just like, we were all in shock. Honestly, we've never been able to experience that, because this is our program's first state championship win.
I was part of the baseball championship my sophomore year. I got called up for playoffs, and to be a part of that was unbelievable, and it was crazy and almost not necessarily nearly as exciting as this one, but I had a taste of what that was like. It was just a whole nother level to have been a part of this my whole life and worked up to it with the team, and it felt nice to earn it rather than be called up and just be a part of it. I felt like it was really ours.
It was a whole bunch of mixed emotions. For me, it was my last time playing with my brother. It's the last time we get to share a season together. And then on top of that, it's the last time I get to play with all my buddies, all my friends. Like, we've been playing together for so long, and I don't know. It's cool how it ended, because it's kind of like how it all started. But like, I don't know, it's bittersweet.
I've been a part of championship teams in other places, and they're all special, but this one has been just above and beyond for, I think, a couple of reasons, partly because of the kids, partly because of what they went through with being moved up the divisions, and it was kind of scary, and just the kids didn't back down from that. But also just the community of Goffstown and New Boston, really, in our school here. It's what a great place to be.
Of course, there was excitement. Everyone was pumped up. You know, the entire team was just euphoric. And but at the same time, you have to realize that this is our last time taking the field together. And granted, there is no better way to end it. But you know, it's bittersweet. It's sad, but at the same time, you know, I wouldn't want to end my high school career any other way.
No, I mean, it's. I get chills just thinking about it. Still, it's still. It was such a surreal night. I mean, it just happened. Like we were just there. It was a football game, and then you know, the party started. It was incredible. Just kind of at the end, you know, you're just hugging people and stuff, and yeah, it's amazing. Just sitting here now trying to digest what happened. It's, you know, you get all the congratulations and stuff, and it's great. And still, maybe it's because we've been so busy with other stuff. You know, we had school Monday morning. The next morning, you're writing to school, and stuff's going on, and interviews and what have you. So there hasn't really been a ton of time where we just sit back and relax and say, you know, wow, what just happened. We had a little bit of it as coaches. After all the kids got picked up that night, Sunday night, we were gathered in the parking lot for a little bit, kind of just talking, and that was kind of cool. But this group of seniors they've worked so hard, and they've done it the right way. They stay out of trouble. They're good people. You know, they're good teammates, they're good citizens, they're good in the community. They do so many good things in such a positive way that for them to be able to be the team lifting the trophy at the end, it was really rewarding to me just to see them, because I'm so proud of them. I think to see it come through for a group like that was just really rewarding.
All right, what we're going to do, we have at the end of every game, we got on the 25-yard line. It's a little bit scattered at UNH, so we're going to do it again here. We're going to get one last break on our captains. We'll do it right here on the floor. We'd like to invite the student body, everybody to come down and participate in one last break